guess what? We're again, and we're here, and we're all alive.
Come on, listen to Jess. She got her show us the best. Come on, listen to Jess because the show is the best.
It's just the Sky Kid and a night of the round table.
As always, Kiff Points.
And as promised, what I would like to digress to first about my comment being wrong color, etc. Here's the thing. We're currently living in a time where everything is able to be captured via video and picture. I don't think that racism has increased. I don't think it ever went away. Here's the problem.
There's just so much more to capture it and film it, and holy shit.
The problem is racism, because we believe in a socio ideology that perpetuates a paradigm that is unfounded and is not real, based on eugenics, which is horrible. Race isn't real. It's socially constructed. I am not white. I am not Caucasian. I don't come from the Caucasoid Mountains. I'm not anything but human. We're all fucking human. And now here is my question. Now that Minneapolis has dissolved, and other cities I'm sure are going to as well, into rioting and burning and breaking, those things have continued to not work. So what are we going to do different to actually affect change? You have to burn the whole fucking structure down and start over. Stop perpetuating race. Race isn't real. You can be proud of your heritage, your ethnicity, the color of your skin if you'd like. You can self-identify as anything you'd like to self-identify from. But if you want to see true change, I will challenge you to look up Emperor Selassie inaugural, speech, which became a Bob Marley song because it is so influential most people don't actually listen to what the actual lyrics of that song are. Until the philosophy that holds one race superior and another inferior just based upon the color of skin and eye will continue to perpetuate war. We're doing so. It's time to flip the switch, my friends, and evolve into something different. Stop continuing to contribute to a paradigm that's broken. And more people have to get on this bandwagon. You have to love people for people. We are all one. We are humans. And the injustices that have occurred at the hands of one another are horrific. And they've done so with different titles. And the fact of the matter is, human beings continue to hurt other human beings, and we have to get past that and actually love one another, which means acceptance and not being judgmental, and having a positive growth mindset, which encourages the actual essence of growth and knowledge and understanding. That means when somebody says something offensive to you, shut your fucking mouth and listen for a second before you just yap.
I mean, there has been a lot of that. Like, I couldn't tell you the exact date.
Thank you.
That this all started, but there has been a lot more recently, but I don't know what burning a building is going to, solve. Or maybe it will solve something, but does it really?
There's a lot of paradigms in place that are broken. Law is broken. The justice system is broken. Race is broken. This year is the census, right? I'm going to openly admit that I checked other and wrote human on every fucking person's name in my household.
Do the same.
Anytime my kids have paperwork to go to school, I click other and write human. I've done this since I was 14 years old in middle school, and I will never stop doing that. If all of us decided to just flip the switch and change what the accepted form was going to be, you would see change. And there have been lots of people who have done things that did not require mass chaos. You know, Tiananmen Square, monks burned themselves. What kind of statement is that? They did not take to the cities and fuck shit up. They hurt themselves for a very poignant statement. You had Gandhi, who didn't fucking eat. Martin Luther King himself did not encourage hatred to such an extent that hurt community, which was violence. Violence isn't working. We need something different.
I mean, think about it. Like, what would be going through his mind if he was alive today and he saw all of
He'd
this
be embarrassed.
fucking bullshit that's going on?
And the people that were his main supports are embarrassed by what is happening. We're embarrassed because there is continuing to be this divide. It's rich, poor, it's white, black, it's color versus non-color. I am a self-identified, non-melanin containing human being, female, who wants the brotherhood of mankind to join together to evolve to a higher state of being.
There is one race, the human race.
So before we play music tonight, I challenge all of you to think differently. I challenge all of you to stop judging, and that means shh. Shh. That doesn't mean punch a Nazi in the face. That doesn't mean go kill a cop. That doesn't mean go break windows. That means take time to read to somebody, hug someone, feed someone who is hungry, clothe someone who is without clothes. There are so many different ways to be radical. We need to start adjusting ourselves to those things because you will see immense change. That's why the power keeps killing us, because that's scary that most of us want those things, and when we try to achieve those things, we get got.
Yes. Wait till someone is, or whoever is finished with a thought before you react, and think about the way you're going to react.
Only you are in control of you and your emotions. So, you can be angry, but that doesn't mean go out and hurt someone. I know. Big ups, Jeremiah, our distant friend from Michigan. We'll give you a virtual hug. By the way, never saw you in your shirt. Hope it fits. Let us know. I think it's pretty neat that you see my sister. I talked to her today. She's still doing well. Just so you know, she moved back here, so now she's near me. But she likes Traverse City, so maybe we'll come visit someday. Let us know if your door's open. We'll listen to ska, we'll drink beer, we'll talk. And I would love to meet everybody who actually watches this show at some point.
We'll share some green of the earth, if you know what I mean.
Because that's what we're all about. The whole hippie movement failed because those people saw prosperity as intriguing. And because that was intriguing, capitalism won. And most of those people who are around Hate Street, dropping acid, smoking weed, are now those hypocrites that you've elected into office. They do not relate to you, and they don't give a fuck about your well-being. You have to care about you. Communal living, feed each other, clothe each other, educate each other, and look for truth. Stop with all of this. I saw it here, and so that's it.
No.
If you, for instance, read something on Fox News, go out and read it on CNN, go out and read it on the New York Times, the Washington Post,
Try to find an
TMJ4.
way better, credible news source.
But you need to have all of the different views because that is full perspective. And if you listen to the Pilfer song, Generation, that is what he says. Cooley says, I hope that we'll see the angle from all sides. You cannot make an informed decision unless you do those things. Our music, why I love ska music, was because it was the revolt of the oppression of man. A whole fucking genre came out of feeling oppressed. So, if it can be done peacefully in such a way through words and music, I feel like we can get back that way. We need to hug our brothers and sisters. We need to unite. We need to play music and feed each other. And no, we cannot allow for people to place knees into necks and kill other humans. That's unacceptable. But burning your city down isn't going to do it either. And so we need to switch this paradigm around and figure out a different way to do these things. I have immense emotion for George Floyd and his family, and I apologize that we currently have not evolved to the point where we can handle each other in an acceptable manner, and that people for some reason continue to have this us first them mentality. Unfortunately, humans are creatures of habit, and it is very alluring to try to have power. It is our sickness, and it will be our death, and that's why we opened up before we should. So again, there are lots of things to think about. There are multiple things in motion here. So stay safe, stay well, hug your brothers and sisters, spread fucking peace, stop being judgmental. I don't want to see those things. I've stayed off of social media mostly. Besides doing these shows, I've been reading a lot, and it just makes me further want to formulate a mass group of people who agree with our ideology, who want to go forth. Like the fucking disciples of Jesus Christ, you can change a whole thing. Did all of those people get killed? Yeah! Do you know why? Because they thought so radically that the Romans said, absolutely fucking not. We can't love each other. We can't get rid of caste systems. When people say we can't and we gotta kill them, that means you're doing something right. So, just to keep things in perspective and focus, sacrifice equals history. Let's continue to do things that are against the grain for the betterment of mankind. Now I will get off my soapbox because tonight is not about that. However, we need to consciously think of these things all of the time. Tonight is about the second part of our interview. We interviewed Bad Year from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I didn't even get to ask, like, how did you get your name and that sort of thing. But you can find them on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, badyearmke.com. They do have
Bandcamp.
We're going to listen to things on Bandcamp. They're on Spotify, Apple Music, etc. Yada, yada. What is that? La la, skip to the end. Blah, blah, skip to the end.
Thanks, Walter.
They do have an EP available, and it is called Handshakes. They have they have a negative, right?
Oh, they do.
Of each other. It's an album. You are able to purchase these things. They do have some t-shirts available for purchase as well. And so it says, their little blurb, rooted in Midwest punk rock, which is really Chicago, Bad Year formed in 2019 and calls Milwaukee home, but Chicago sound. Mike, Joey, and Sean put a fresh, more decorated feel on their different musical incarnations and experiences of the past, inspired by heartbreak, catharsis, hope, angst, self-reformation. Alkaline Trio, Bad Year injects brutal optimism and anthemic chorus hooks, as in the song's Handshake, with their debut single in February of 2020. So they did release in February 2020 the same thing they released in April of 2020. We're going to play April as it is most recent. We're going to play through Handshakes for you. No Use is the first song on the 5-song EP. Here we go. I'm done talking. For now. Cheers!
Remember I talk about chasing rainbows. It was justified as black eyes. Totally left without warning. Left us with nothing but the biggest lie. This is the feel good time of year. Love and things all through for theater. Let it slide, let ourselves be heard.
Please feel free to add comments.
Do people listen to this for music or for the pithy banter?
doing my box. I don't know, maybe.
Civil House musical. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stay. He's falling on the pillows. Cheers, Josie. That was No Use. You are listening to Bad Year from Milwaukee, Wisconsin off of their Handshakes EP. This one's called Another Winner. It'll be here in like 2 months, just so you know.
We had like 6 of those this year.
Burn the page again, walk through the soldering brain, wrap it up your rack. It's the only case you got. You believe your life's insignificant. You like pretending nice. You love when you're antagonist. Picture that will always be the same. This one's never gonna
Yes! It is so professionally done. It is. Blame. This one's called Blame. think of it.
loved and we lost it all again.
The self-titled song off of the EP, this is called Handshakes.
Oh.
You should play with Take the Reins. Did you have something else? Watch us be cute. Swoon while we swoon each other. Listen to Bad Year. This one's called Street Corner. Blink 182. I mean, Bad Year did this song. Adam's song?
H2 Blink 180
Arms Trio.
Arms Trio. There it is.
It's in my face. That video showing me always playing with my nose ring and the projectile always playing in my hair.
I know, you put it up and then it down.
Which one? Which city are you trying to portray?
That looks familiar.
Just a Sky Kid.
Totally bros. I mean, give points.
That was Handshakes. Bad Year is the name of the band. They are from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but you'd never know it by their sound. They really very much truly sound like their influences. Even though I didn't ask, It was amazing. I didn't even have to ask some questions, yet the answers were given as if they were implied. Good job. It was a fantastic interview. Thank you guys, and I hope to meet you in person someday. Check out Bad Ear. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Bandcamp, Spotify, Apple Music, blah, 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 blah. If you just Google it, they have a website as well.
Shit, yo.
I have to say, from start to finish, their production quality is amazing. And again, a lot of firsts. Holy shit, like, they came out of the gates, with a goal in mind. They had foresight. They thought through what they were going to execute, and they did it. They did a good job. They do have some merchandise available, so go check them out. What is your closing song?
That honestly made me think of, like, last year of high school and driving around and
Getting high? Right?
And, like, not being able to choose my own music, but people chose it anyways.
You were stuck in the backseat in the middle, waiting for the bull to come with your friend who was like, I love pop punk.
Yeah.
This is the band's Warped Tour compilation.
Yeah.
How do you not even know about the Lawrence Arms?
Holy shit.
Not to sound like a pretentious dickhead, but honest to God, it relates way back into that era that was the 90s. That is some Vans wearing, kick flip, wait to pass the bowl, kind of stuck in the middle shit, my friends. And anybody who is anybody, and most of you I guess aren't. Just kidding. I never skipped school, so I don't know what that experience.
I do it all the time.
I didn't know what that experience was. Also, didn't really smoke pot in high school, but I did drive around with people who imbibed, and that's what they listened to. Alkaline Trio was sad girl music. So the audience these men are trying to cater to are like, oh my God, I divorced someone, and now I have a second chance, and these guys are it. So
shit. I used to drive around, and a group of friends of ours of mine, just used to,
what a
like,
wonderful closing song.
Used to drive around in high school, and we would bring a bomb. Yeah, very smart and safe.
Back when you really couldn't get in as much trouble as you can now, and it will ruin your life, which is stupid because Wisconsin is a fucking island again. It's time to flip the paradigm. It's time to flip the paradigm. Guess what? What would happen if none of us voted?
Holy fucking shit.
If everybody was united in one thought, what would the outcome be? But we can't even do that because there's too many what ifs, and I can't, and it's uncomfortables. Get over it. It's time to push forward, evolve, and care about each other. Kif has a closing song, though. I'm going to get off my soapbox.
This is, a play on what the fuck is going on right now, especially in the Midwest. It'll probably spread all over the fucking place. Who fucking knows? This is the Suicide Commandos, and the song is called Burn It Down.
Introducing Suicide Commandos playing Burn It Down. Burn it down.
Burn it down. Burn it down.
Burn it down.
Burn it down. Burn it down. Burn it down. Burn that building down before it hurts somebody.
It wasn't black and it wasn't
it down or burn it up or both.
That was from 1978.
That's the plan.
It said on here. So, my friends, we bid you adieu this evening. Remember, that was figuratively again.
It's figuratively.
Like you can burn down the
if
establishment.
you don't like it,
doing other
if
things.
you can't stand it,
Burn it down! Burn it down!
if you really hate it.
Burn it down! Burn it down!
But anywho, we're not condoning you going out and taking a Molotov cocktail and burning corporate whatever down or
How you can
your
kill
local
corporate
whatever,
America
yes.
better? Stop buying things.
Shop local. Grow your own shit.
There are so many ways to rage against the machine. I know that sounds funny, right?
Yeah.
But you gotta be
Grow in
smarter.
the name of your own stuff.
And if you need help figuring out how do I do these things so I can become more of an independent human being, shoot us a message and we'll write out what we do in our own local community to make it actually local. We have more and more and more as we've gotten older become very, very
yes.
more local to the point where
We're local hippies.
we're growing a huge ass garden to the point where whatever we don't use for us will be going to our neighborhood because it is fucking stupid to really own land or vegetables or product. It's fucking stupid. And you can make so much more of an impact if you decided to, kind of disregard the societal norm that you have to have more than your other consumer.
yeah.
Stop being a fucking consumer.
Don't be
Consume
like
love.
that.
Get rid of this paradigm of race. Stand together as a united front
There's only one race.
of human beings. Okay? It's also very counterintuitive. We all came from fucking Africa, and if you don't believe me, go ahead and read up on what the fuck mitochondrial Eve is, okay? We're all black. The absence of melatonin is in regards to where you happen. Not sleep.
You don't want to go to sleep right now.
Melanin is in regards to where you are farther or closer to the equator. It is to protect yourself. Anyways, I digress. We're going to leave you this evening on that note. Make sure to stand together. Stand and be counted. And we will catch you on Tuesday for the sneak peek of Thursday, because that's what we seem to do. Jerk from Las Vegas is supposed to be on. Ooh, should get back to Fall Risk. Anyways, we're hoping to open up our borders come July, but that is going to depend on how many people are dying versus how many people are continuing to contract said illness.
Also, if you like local Wisconsin bands, take a peeks at two of mine, which is the Scraps and Army of Cretans. We will hopefully get back to jamming as normally soon, because holy shit, it's been way too long. Scraps with a K.
Did you just say basically?
Same here, basically. Yes. Well, yes, you're not wrong. So,
I want to see a picture of the goddamn shirt, Jeremiah.
stay safe. Don't be an ass. Don't be shitty.
But catch us for Jerk next week. Okay?
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Why do we keep doing this?
I don't know. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
We'll see you Tuesday.
Come on and listen.